Well, welcome everybody. We're going to go ahead and begin as a subcommittee. We have Mr. Cooley and myself here. Other members will be joining us shortly. And in the interest of a very busy afternoon throughout the entire building and members coming and going and being multiple places, we wanted to get started. Senator Pan, I believe you're our first presenter today on SB 947. Welcome.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Madam Chair, member. So I'm here to present SB 947. Current law requires a face-to-face interview, even though 21st century tools make it possible to do interviews telephonically, through video, or electronically. In fact, one think telephone's been around for a while. And SB 947 would actually modernize the mandatory interview process for the CalWORKs, California Work Opportunities Responsibility for Kids program, by giving counties the option to use the telephone or internet technology to complete the interview. SB 947 would give counties this option to improve the alignment and streamlining of these processes across all programs for families applying for CalWORKs. This will allow counties to better serve children and their families. SB 947 will allow the county to do this option just like they currently can do with CalFresh. So today I have Kevin Aslanian of CCWRO to answer any technical questions. This bill has no formal opposition and bipartisan support throughout the process, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote. Thank you.
Absolutely. It has no opposition, so very briefly in support.
Yeah, good afternoon. Kevin Aslanian, Coalition California Welfare Rights Organizations. We're proud sponsors of this bill that would basically bring this program into the 21st century. Right now, for CalFresh, people are doing telephone interviews. There's no reason why the county should not be able to do the same thing at their option. And we're just, I support. Thank you.
Thank you. In support.
Thank you. Jessica Bartholow with the Western Center on Law and Poverty. We're a sponsor and in support. Urge your aye vote.
Thank you.
Kathy Sunderling with the County Welfare Directors Association, also a co-sponsor of the legislation. Ask for your support.
Paul Yoder, Solano County Board of Supervisors. Ask for your aye vote. Thank you.
Thank you. And do we have the amendments being accepted by the author?
Yes.
Very good. Anyone in opposition, or others in support, I should say? Anyone in opposition to this bill? Nope. All right. Well, we are just functioning as a subcommittee, so we will take this up for a vote once we reach our quorum. Thank you very much for the presentation.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Good question, right.
So we're waiting for senators at this point. Senator Bell, or Monning, or McGuire. Senator Monning, welcome. We'd love to have you present. This is item number 9, SB 1339.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair and member.
I love it when the page of support is like all that's there. So you've got great support on this.
We have great support, and I think we've addressed some concerns of past opponents. We'll see where they are today, but I'd like to start, Madam Chair, by accepting the committee's suggested amendment as outlined in the analysis. Senate Bill 1339 modernizes and simplifies the intercounty transfer process in state statute to make sure that benefits are not interrupted when a beneficiary of the CalWorks, CalFresh, or Medi-Cal program relocates. Specifically, this bill would allow either a sending or receiving county to initiate an intercounty transfer when made aware of a beneficiary's move. It clarifies that a face-to-face interview is not required to transfer, allows the beneficiary to report the change and online to the extent that technology is available, and it clarifies the intercounty transfer process and access to services for Medi-Cal beneficiaries. There's some confusion among counties with regard to the implementation of intercounty transfers, and there are instances in which the sending or receiving county does not fully understand the process due to current law being vague. Low-income individuals and families move more frequently and need to be able to keep their safety net programs when they do. And for Medi-Cal beneficiaries, this is of a particular concern as it could disrupt care and cost the state more in unnecessary emergency room visits. The bill has and will continue to receive input from the California Welfare Directors Association, who sees a need for the bill and are undergoing a workup on this issue. SB 1339 seeks to improve the law regarding intercounty transfer, and should this bill pass, I will keep the committee updated on further clarifying amendments. With the Chair's permission, I would now like to present witnesses in support.
Thank you. Welcome and support.
Hi, Judy Darnell from United Ways of California. We're one of the co-sponsors of the bill and in support of it, obviously. Just a few things that I'd like to point out that this bill emanated from some complaints that we heard across the state where beneficiaries were having trouble in losing their benefits when they moved across county lines, which people do often, especially in look of more affordable housing, family support, whatever. So we feel that a simple change of address across county lines should never result in discontinuation, delay, or termination of benefits, and that a simple change of address from one county to another within the state does not require the redetermination of eligibility when all they have done is move across county lines, any more than moving across town would. So we ask for your support.
Thank you.
Madam Chair and members, Elizabeth Landsberg with the Western Center on Law and Poverty. We're one of the co-sponsors, and we urge your support.
Thank you. Support.
Kevin Aslan, Coalition California Welfare Rights Organizations, also one of the co-sponsors, and we urge an aye vote. Thank you.
Others in support? Briefly, just please state your name, organization, and your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members, Kathy Centerling with the County Welfare Directors Association in support, and we do appreciate the author and sponsors and working with us closely on the legislation to enable us to support it to clarify these rules for counties. Thank you.
Thank you.
Libby Sanchez, Laborers Local 777 and 792, also in support.
Thank you.
Sarah Linder on behalf of the National Association of Social Workers, California chapter, in support.
Thank you.
Tim Morrison with Children Now in support.
Great. Anyone in opposition? Seeing none, we are still a subcommittee, and we will take this up for a vote when we have our members here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, members.
Thanks. Mr. Bill, Senator Bill. We'll start with item number 1, SB 906. And then we also have SB 1226, item number 6. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, and proud to present SB 906. This is related to college priority registration for foster youth, low-income students, and students with disabilities. In 2013, there was a study measured the academic achievement of these students and found that they fared significantly worse than the general student population. By age 26, each of these three categories of students was much less likely to hold a job and have a post-secondary education degree. To improve their educational outcomes, the legislature established a priority registration for foster youth with the passage of AB 194 in 2011, a bill I authored. In 2013, we did the same for the Extended Opportunity Program and the Disabled Student Programs and Services through AB 595, authored by Assemblymember Gomez. Priority registration simply enables students to register for courses before the larger student population, thereby allowing them to secure required courses, shorten time to graduation, reduce financial aid utilization. SB 906 changes the eligibility criteria of priority registration for foster youth to align with our existing programs. The bill also removes the sunset clause for these three categories of students. This sunset is scheduled to go into January 1st, so we need to act on that. I'll turn it over to my witnesses. Thank you.
Thank you very much. In support.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. My name is Christian Arana, and I am here on behalf of the John Burton Foundation, based in San Francisco, California. We are an organization dedicated to the development of policy solutions designed to improve the lives of foster and former foster youth in the state of California. And so we are proud to be a sponsor of SB 906, introduced by Senator Bill here, which makes priority registration for foster and former foster youth permanent across California's public institutions of post-secondary education. As the Senator mentioned, post-secondary educational outcomes for foster and former foster youth are extraordinarily dire. By age 26, only 6% of foster youth will hold a college degree, compared to 10% who are considered low income and 29% of students who have a disability. SB 906 seeks to promote college success for this population of students in two very distinct ways. First, as the Senator mentioned, it removes the sunset clause that ends priority registration on January 1st, 2017 for foster and former foster youth, along with students with disabilities and low-income students who participate in the Extended Opportunity Programs and Services and the Disabled Student Programs and Services. The second aspect of the bill is changing the eligibility criteria for priority registration for foster youth to align with existing programs serving foster youth in community colleges. When foster youth often lack the necessary resources needed to succeed in college, priority registration allows these students to secure the classes that they need and shorten the time to complete their degrees. Foster youth who currently take advantage of priority registration report that it's an invaluable resource for them. And with close to 8,000 foster youth students using priority registration in the 2014-2015 academic year, we believe that SB 906 is a necessary step in removing additional obstacles facing foster youth in post-secondary education. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Others in support, please list your name or say your name and organization and your support.
Thank you. Matthew Canty with the California Community Colleges Extended Opportunities Programs and Services Association. Strong support.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Wes Larson, California State University. We stand in support of this. Thank you.
Great.
Lady everyone representing American Academy of Pediatrics in support.
Kim Lewis representing Aspiranet and the California Coalition for Youth in support.
Sarah Linder on behalf of the National Association of Social Workers, California chapter in support.
Thank you, Mark McDonald McCallum Group, on behalf of the Foothill, De Anza, Kern, Los Rios, Peralta, San Diego, and South Orange County Community College Districts in support.
Great.
Hi, Tim Morrison, Children Now, support.
Vanessa Hernandez, California Youth Connection, in strong support.
Serena Skinner from California Youth Connection in support.
Yolanda Pineda, Children's Law Center of California, in support.
Christina Reel on behalf of the Children's Advocacy Institute in support.
Eileen Zong on behalf of the Campaign for College Opportunity in strong support.
Great.
Jeffrey Tartagia, an advocate, former foster child, former dealing with disability. So please, indeed, this program and priority is very important and very essential for success. So thank you very much. I'm in support of this, please.
Thank you. Anyone in opposition? There's none listed. Seeing none, any questions or comments by committee members?
Tremendous bill.
Yes. Yes. All right. Well, we will take this up for a vote once we have our quorum. Thank you very much, Senator Bell, for bringing this forward. I think it is incredibly valuable. You have one more item before us, item number 6, SB 1226.
Thank you. Thank you, members and Madam Chair. This bill is SB 1226, and thank you to the staff for their hard work on the bill. I'm happy to take our amendments that the staff worked with us on in this bill. Now, in 2011, the legislature passed a budget trailer bill mandating regional center vendors conduct their own audits. And this mandate was placed on all regional center vendors. This was intended to reduce fraud and abuse. However, this requirement has not worked the way we intended. With an average cost of $10,000 per audit, full compliance is estimated to cost vendors $57 million since the passage of SB 74. My proposition is that the money could have been spent on client services. Okay, that's the reason I introduced this bill. Because the cost to perform audits and financial reviews are borne by vendors, and reducing fraud is important, it's critical for the legislature to understand if the audits are accomplishing what they're intended to do, or if they're a waste of money. You know, we want to know what's going on. We addressed many of these issues in the legislation in 2011, with the 2011 legislation earliest year when we passed AB Special Session 2, Bill number 1. And this bill that we're doing now adds to the reforms we cleaned up back in earlier this year. It has bipartisan support, and to the extent this bill will help vendors actually use that money to provide direct services to clients and not spend it on audits that don't seem to result in any savings or fraud reduction, I would respectfully request your aye vote on this. Thank you very much, and one witness. So
thank you very much. In support,
Boyd Bradshaw, the sponsor of the bill with Res Coalition. Just want to say we're in strong support and here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. In opposition? Oh, I should say, is anyone else in support first? Okay, don't see that. Don't see any opposition. Any questions from our committee members on this? Don't see any questions. Smooth sailing. So we'll. Yes. Yes. I believe you accepted the amendments and his comments.
I did also mention that this is on behalf of myself and Senator Huff. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Senator Mitchell, welcome. It's always a great day when I get to see Senator Mitchell.
You are my friend. Miss Bonita.
And this is item number 11.
Thank you very much.
SB 1466.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. SB 1466 is a bill designed to expand mental health care access for foster children by requiring that existing screenings under the EPSDT program include a screening for trauma. Additionally, this legislation requires that any child that is removed from their home for suspected child abuse or neglect be assessed by the county mental health plan for specialty mental health services. California has a complicated delivery service system for mental health products for this especially at-risk population based on the severity of their mental health needs. So, for example, under current law, the responsibility for providing mental health services is divided among 3 different systems depending upon the severity of the diagnosis. Mental health plans, which are operated by counties, Medi-Cal managed care plans. Many children under the jurisdiction of the juvenile court are often in Medi-Cal fee-for-service. So as you can see, that could be complicated and cause delays in access to services, which is the problem we're trying to remedy. Existing EPSD screening does not include a screening for trauma, and as a result, children with a critical need for mental health services can sometimes face an unnecessary delay in receiving treatment. Situations have arisen where foster children have experienced treatment delays while the mental health plan and the Medi-Cal managed care plan decide which system should be responsible for treatment. SB 1466 will ensure that traumatized children are appropriately assessed in order to be treated without delay. We cannot and should not delay treatment to this vulnerable population for whom treatment is critically needed and timeliness is necessary. I have here with me today one of the organizations that is the co-sponsor of the bill, the Californians for Safety and Justice, represented by Mr. Bowders.
Welcome.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members. John Bowders, one of the co-sponsors on behalf of Californians for Safety and Justice, and in partnership with our other co-sponsors, the Youth Law Center of California and the California Youth Connection. I'm going to be very brief and then let one of our members from CYC speak just for a moment. The goal of this bill is to put the E back in EPSDT. Early screening, as the Senator noted, is the key to bringing and delivering competent mental health treatment for children who have been abused and neglected and find themselves in the foster care system. Our hope with this is to end the process of asking children what's wrong with them and instead asking them what happened to them. It's a unique coalition of children's law advocates, children welfare advocates, and those of us advocating for juveniles in the juvenile dependency system. We'd ask for your aye vote today.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Miguel Angel Aguilar. I'm here today representing California Youth Connection. We strongly support this bill, which would mandate early periodic screening, diagnosis, and treatment of trauma upon entering Child Protective Services. In my experience as a former foster youth, this sort of early screening would have greatly aided me and prevented countless traumatic episodes as a result of neglect I received before and re-traumatization during my time in care. We urge your support with this bill. Thank you very much for hearing my testimony, Chairwoman and Committee.
Thank you very much. Others in support, please state your name and organization.
Madam Chair, Frank Mecca, Executive Director of the County Welfare Directors Association, and we're in very strong support.
Great.
Again, Kim Lewis with them, Aspiranet, and strong support of the bill, too.
Kimberly Johnson on behalf of Attorney General Harris and strong support. Thank you.
Lydia Bourne, American Academy of Pediatrics, in support.
Libby Sanchez, Laborers Local 777 and 792 in support.
Good afternoon, Catherine Brandenburg, representing Alameda County Board of Supervisors, in support.
Hi, Jacob Mendelson from the Steinberg Institute, and we are in strong support.
Great.
Linda Way with Western Center on Law and Poverty, in strong support.
Tim Morrison with Children Now, in strong support.
Okay.
Again, Serena Skinner from California Youth Connection, strong support.
Very good. Anyone in opposition? Seeing none. Am I seeing any? No. We don't have any opposition. That's great. We have a quorum, so we're going to take roll and then see if anyone has a question.
Bonilla.
Aye. Here.
Grove. Here. Arambula.
Here.
Lopez.
Here.
Mainstein. Stone. Cooley.
Here. And I would like to welcome Mr. Cooley, sitting in for Mr. Thurman. Thank you for being with our committee today. We will now... well, let's just stick with your bill, yes, and see if there's any questions. We have a motion and a second, and so we will take, would you like to close?
Just very briefly, Madam Chair and members, I believe, and I hope that the committee members will agree, that it's unacceptable that California is not fulfilling its federally required duty to ensure that foster children are treated in a timely manner. Again, this bill attempts to address two issues: the timeliness of access to services, as well as adding a trauma screen to the EPSDT process. Any child removed from their home for whatever reason, the mere fact that they were removed, I believe, is a traumatic experience. We certainly have seen studies that suggest that foster kids have twice the rate of PTSD as war veterans, given that we feel trauma should be acknowledged and treated in their experience. And with that, I ask for your aye vote.
Thank you very much. I really liked what you said, that we need to stop saying, what's wrong with you, and instead what happened to you. I think that's great. All right, with that, we will. We have a motion and a second, and the motion, I believe, is do pass straight to appropriations.
Bonilla.
Aye.
Bonilla, aye. Grove.
Aye.
Grove, aye. Arambula. Aye. Arambula, aye. Lopez.
Aye.
Lopez, aye. Mainstein. Stone. Cooley.
Aye.
Cooley, aye.
Thank you very much. The bill is out. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right. I would like to entertain a motion on the consent calendar.
Okay.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. On consent today, we have SB 942 by Lou, SB 1060 by Leno, SB 1232 Leno, and SB 1427 Pavley. Take the roll.
Bonilla.
Aye.
Bonilla, aye. Grove. Grove, aye. Arambula. Arambula, aye. Lopez. Lopez, aye. Mainstein. Stone. Cooley. Cooley, aye.
And that bill, the consent calendar is out. We'll go back to item number 1, SB 906 by Bell. We have a motion, and I'll second. And take roll.
Bonilla.
This is a due pass to Assembly Appropriations. Aye.
Recommend consent. Bonilla, aye. Grove.
Aye.
Grove, aye. Arambula.
Aye.
Arambula, aye. Lopez.
Aye.
Lopez, aye. Mainstein. Stone. Cooley. Cooley, aye. Bill is out.
That bill is out. We'll now go to item number 3, SB 947 PAN, due pass as amended to the Assembly floor. We have a motion by Cooley, second by Rambula.
Bonilla.
Aye.
Bonilla, aye. Grove.
No.
Grove, no. Arambula.
Aye.
Arambula, aye. Lopez.
Aye.
Lopez, aye. Mainstein. Cooley. Cooley, aye. The bill is out.
That bill is out also. We'll go to item number 6, SB 1226, Senator Bell. This is a due pass as amended to Assembly Appropriations. We have a motion by Mr. Cooley and a second by Mr. Arambula.
Bonilla.
Aye.
Bonilla, aye. Grove.
Aye.
Grove, aye. Arambula.
Aye.
Arambula, aye. Lopez.
Aye.
Lopez, aye. Mainstein. Stone. Cooley.
Aye.
Cooley, aye. The bill is out.
That bill is out also. We'll go on to item number 9, SB 1339 by Senator Monning. This is due pass as amended to Assembly Appropriations. Mr. Cooley moves, and Mr. Robio seconds.
Bonilla.
Aye.
Bonilla, aye. Grove.
Aye.
Grove, aye. Arambula.
Aye.
Arambula, aye. Lopez.
Aye.
Lopez, aye. Mainstein. Stone. Cooley.
Aye.
Cooley, aye. Bill is out.
That bill is out also. We're waiting for our final 2 authors, Senator McGuire and Senator Jackson. We are waiting for you. I'm sure they're a race over. That's why they have a vice chair.
You should mention it.
Welcome, Senator McGuire. We'll make this painless. Please join us. That's fine. You've got what looks like to be a great bill. Item number 4, SB 982. You have no opposition. Tell us about your great bill.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. And I apologize, was down at Senate Human Services and good times.
Yes. No, we're all everywhere. It's fine.